Hello and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Society located in Coralville, Iowa. My name is Deb Schoelerman. I am a member here of this congregation. I serve on the land ministry team, the green sanctuary team, and I was part of the new facilities committee, which was the building committee when we built this facility. As a mission-driven religious organization, Unitarian Universalists have a set of principles that guide us. The seventh principle, respect for the interdependent web of which we are a part, compels us to live sustainably and live in harmony on the planet. This motivated us to build a sustainable building. And we chose to build the greenest building possible we could. Before deciding to build a new building, though, we thoroughly explored the possibility of remodeling our building we were in, which was 107 years old. We also looked for another building that we could purchase and repurpose. Neither one of those options were feasible. Then we happened across this partially wooded piece of 5.5 acre piece of land in Coralville, about 5 miles from downtown Iowa City, that was for sale, and we were able to purchase it. And it was just what we were looking for. Our congregation is accredited by the Green Sanctuary as a Green Sanctuary congregation by the Unitarian Universalist National Group Association. In 2008, our Green Sanctuary team began work in laying the foundation, educating people on the importance of living sustainably and living in harmony on this planet. The main focuses were on sustainability, environmental justice, and caring for our planet. So when it came time that we were going to build a new building and start raising money for that, we had a good foundation. People understood the importance of that. We had a very successful capital campaign, and we were off to building our new building. We broke ground in 2016 on Earth Day. It took approximately 18 months to build the building. We moved in October of 2017. It was quite a celebratory day. We are very proud of our sustainable building. And I'll mention just some of the things that we included in our plan. The biggest thing is all of our energy is produced on-site and it's renewable. We use no fossil fuels. We are a net zero energy building. That means we produce more energy than we use. Any excess energy that we produce goes back into the grid. We have LED lighting throughout the building. That's low energy, of course. We have all the plumbing fixtures are low water use. We have a geothermal cooling and heating system. There are 10 heat pumps throughout the building, and it's a very efficient way to cool and heat this building. Our building is on one level. Along with wanting to be sustainable, we wanted a very accessible building. So we have a one-level building that's 18,455 square feet. We're very proud that we have a functional building that's fully accessible as well as being very beautiful. And we're always proud to show it off and share it with the community. We have in the parking lot 4 charging stations for electric vehicles, and we're hoping that in the near future we'll have to add more as more people move toward driving electric vehicles. We have 3 bioretention cells that manage our stormwater runoff. Those are planted with native grasses and pollinators to attract, pollinating birds and bees. One of the biggest decisions we made, I think, was to limit the size of the parking lot to 75 spaces, which usually is not enough for a Sunday morning. We encourage people to walk if they live close enough, to ride their bikes, carpool, or park in 2 nearby parking lots that are available for our use on Sunday morning. because we limited the parking area, that left other green space for other possibilities. In the front, most of our solar array is on the ground in front of the building on the west side. There's a beautiful labyrinth, which is on the other side of that sidewalk. This we share with the public. Anybody is welcome to use it. This finished a couple weeks ago on Memorial Garden, which is on the back side of the church. There's a playscape that's under construction that'll provide natural play areas for the children in the community as well as our congregation. We have trails that people love to walk on, and approximately 6 acres. We have an additional 3.5 acres that's connected, and so we have almost 6 acres of trails that people can walk on. We are continuing to learn to live with the wildlife on our land. We have deer, we have turkeys, there's a woodchuck that lives out there. We see his hole periodically, and sometimes he's waddling around. We've seen a coyote on occasion. There's squirrels, lots of birds, of course. And one of the surprises we had is that the woodpeckers seem to like the peck holes on our cedar cladding of the outside of our building. So we're buying a lot of soot. So we encourage them to eat the soot instead of pecking on our building. We, as a congregation, we feel very fortunate to have such a beautiful and sustainable place that offers us many ways to interact with the natural world, as well as do our part in caring for this planet. Thank you.
So take it away, Deb.
Okay. Again, thank you for inviting me as a representative of the Unitarian Universalist Society to participate in this year's Energy District Tour. We're an all-electric building. No fossil fuels are used for heating, cooking, cooling, lighting, everything we do there. Our solar array is 429 panels, and that produces about 160,000 kilowatts per year. Based on calculations from SolarEdge, which is the software program we use to monitor production and usage, we have saved 654,588 pounds of CO2 from going into the atmosphere. That's 326 tons. We went online in May of 2018. SolarEdge has also calculated that we have planted, it's the equivalent of planting 4,946 trees, and that's about 2.5 trees a day. Based on our electric bills, we know that in a year's time, we are producing more energy than we use. So as I mentioned in the video, since 2008, we've had a green team, the Green Sanctuary team at our church. The 2 main goals of that team are in our older building was to make that building as sustainable as possible, and then also to show and encourage our congregants to live a more sustainable lifestyle. One of the first things we did in our old building was to have an energy audit. And we learned a lot from that and made as many changes as we could. We switched out light bulbs to LEDs. We bought some new window air conditioners that were more efficient. We put the plastic covering on all the windows every November. We even looked into painting the top of the roof white because it was a black roof. So we reached the point we couldn't do any more except of it without major renovation. It took us 20 years to decide to build a new facility, and that's a whole nother story, but we're proud of what we accomplished. As I mentioned in the video, we are motivated by our 7th principle, respect for the interconnected web of which we are part. We see ourselves as stewards of the earth. We adopted the slogan, "We're building the greenest church in Iowa." And for many members, that translated to, this is the right thing to do, this is the moral thing to do, this is the just thing to do. We were committed to do our part to protect the planet. We also realized that we were building this building for future generations, not just for ourselves. And our goal has always been long-term sustainability. We are committed to sharing what we have learned and being a model for others in the community. Pre-COVID, we were giving many tours to groups, to anybody who wanted to see our facility, and we hope we can do that again. So in the near future, I know that not every religious community is able to build a new facility, but I encourage you to do what you can. Individual actions add up. Create a green team if you don't already have one. If you have coffee hour after services, use reusable coffee cups instead of disposable coffee cups. Purchase recycled paper for office use. You can even get toilet paper made from recycled paper now. Replace your light bulbs with LEDs. Those are all possibilities. Request an energy audit to learn what can be done to reduce the energy in your building. Find a group of others committed to being good stewards of the planet to work with you. And I encourage you to do what you can. Thank you.